Right, there's a sidebar there, so we want to hit the pause button and go and bring in our guest trial attorney, Michael Jaafar. Michael, of course, thank you for joining us both. This is sobering testimony to hear from their daughter, 13 now. I loved my mom. She was amazing. Now she's starting to talk about different things she would be punished for as the child, not doing her chores, etc. But I end on this. She's one of the best witnesses, the eyewitness testimony. If you're on the defense, how in the world can you not find him guilty listening to this testimony?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough in cross-examining. So the cross-examination of this young 13-year-old kid is going to be the most difficult thing that a defense attorney can do. Judge, actually, you said something in the prior block, and I have to just attest to it. The reason I stopped taking criminal defense cases is I tell people I cross-examined one kid too many in domestic violence cases. It wasn't all I did, but it was just too jarring, and I couldn't take any more. I stopped being a public defender because it was too much. It was too jarring. And so I kind of started, when I was watching this testimony right now, kind of took me back to a very dark place in my career, and that would take you, it would do that to any defense attorney, and also the viewers don't really know just how scared this kid sounds with her voice. I could tell, because I know, and if the jurors can see her hands, she's trembling right now. I'm getting a little emotional. It's going to be tough to continue talking about it. I do apologize, but this is the most difficult thing a defense attorney can do. I sympathize for my brothers and sisters who are on that defense table who have to stand up and do it, but it has to be done. Our system of justice demands it, requires it. The defendant deserves it. But this is the most difficult thing in this profession.
And it's really a double whammy for this particular witness, for the defense, because not only is it emotional and she's providing firsthand accounts of what she saw and heard, but also we're not hearing anything about the abuse. We haven't heard it from any of the neighbors. We're not hearing it from a child who was in the house. Well, I think we're about to hear about how he might have abused her a little bit mentally and maybe even physically. So it's like a double whammy, Mike.
Yeah, no, and I was looking at that. I was listening to whether or not there's an input here for an avenue for the defense attorneys to say, when the prosecutor asks, hey, were you ever disappointed in your parents, and then kind of veered off there. I think that's where the defense attorney needs to go is, did you see your mom abuse your dad? Did you see your mom belittle your dad? They're going to have to, that's their whole entire defense. We're about to see a video of him shooting her, and I believe spitting on her, right? There's no way out except for the defense. They're going to have to get it out of somebody that she abused them. It's the only shot they've got.
Yeah, the defendant. It's got to be the defendant.
I agree.
I say this is one of those where he has to take the stand to get that story out.
If he's going to say it, yeah.
It's his story. All right, Michael, stand by. We're going to step aside here, take a break. We'll wrap up testimony from the daughter of the victim and the defendant in the military wife murder trial when Court TV Live returns. All right, let's bring back in our guest for this hour, trial attorney Michael Jaafar, still with us. Michael, you talked about it throughout this trial. One of the main objectives of the state was to make this jury not like Monica Cementilli. I think what the defense is doing is trying to make them like her by bringing in people who are saying positive things about her. How's it going as far as you're concerned?
It's going okay. I mean, they brought the daughter. I mean, she's blood relative to the defendant. I think it's important. I think it's necessary. The boa constrictor of the state's case got really, really tight by the time they concluded. Now the job of the defense is to unrestrict the boa constrictor off the neck before the real home run comes down the line, which is Robert Baker, which I'm glad I'm going to be on my couch with some popcorn watching the cross-examination of him. But right now the daughter is a nice prelude, kind of like an hors d'oeuvre to what the defense is cooking up in the kitchen right now. But I think she's doing a great job. She looks like the defendant. She's testifying well. She's very credible. And she found the body. So, I mean, it's going well so far. It's early on, but it's going well.
So, Michael, if you were defending her, what else might you focus on, or what would be the main point to try to convince this jury that there hasn't been enough evidence of conspiracy? A lot of innuendo, a lot of, well, she must have been involved, but really that could be an argument that's all there is.
It's going to be tough, Judge Ashley. I thought about it. The thing that everybody, this case is a Rorschach test of these jurors, right? They're going to pick what they want. So for me, for example, if I was on that jury, the thing that would be really troubling me is the email to Robert Baker a month before the murder, giving him access to the security system. So the defense doesn't really know what every juror is going to be hung on to, because clearly she had an affair. She had a very, very, very unseemly relationship with the guy who killed her husband. So to answer your question, I would be hitting on all cylinders if I was the defense. I'd have to hit everything. It's going to be like an all-out carpet bombing type campaign on the entire prosecution's case. But it's going to be tough. They're going to have to find a way to show the juror that there was another motive for Robert Baker to kill him, and how they do that, only they know. They know exactly the cards they're holding. We don't, but we're going to see pretty soon what cards they're holding.
Mike, last 20 seconds. What do you expect from Robert Baker?
I think Robert Baker is going to come in with a whole full-throated. I mean, he has no reason to lie. He got no deal, unlike Christopher Austin. I think what I'm seeing from Robert Baker is, I did this by myself. I had nothing to do with Monica Cementelli. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. I'll be watching your show, Michael, to hear what he says. Thank you to Michael Jaafar for joining us tonight.